Hello and welcome everyone to the next episode of What If Sonic the Hedgehog Died. This is a series where we investigate how the timeline would have changed if during the end of Sonic Adventure 2 it was the Blue Blur himself that gave his life to save the planet instead of Shadow. As a result, we've already seen some changes, Shadow remembering his past and Team Dark forming with an amnesiac Sonic. And today we're going to investigate further changes into the timeline. But before we get started, if you're enjoying what I do here and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date on what's happening. And if you'd like to support me, please share this video around so that other people may jump in on the fun. High above a distant canyon exists a nexus of railways designed to supply and enforce a growing army. And grinding down some of these very rails is Team Dark on their way to find Dr. Eggman. Rouge finds herself in deep contemplation as she slides down the metal, reflecting on how her journey with Team Dark has gone thus far. She can't help but appreciate the talent and power of Sonic and Omega. Her new companions may be very capable, but they are a tad difficult to control. However, she then thinks that perhaps their skill sets may be better served at going after smaller marks of an easier difficulty level, but by doing a far higher frequency of them. Her thoughts are cut off, however, as one of her companions loudly overtakes her on the neighbouring rail. Woo! Alright! Sonic grinds down, sparks flying from his feet, Omega quickly behind him. I could do this all day! Trust me, Blue, I know. Eggman robots detected ahead. Omega points out a structure waiting at the end of this rail line. A platform, black and red painted wood, suspended by the side of a mountain. Clearly some sort of supply depot. Rouge takes note. This must be it. Remember the plan we all talked about? Don't worry, Rouge, you can count on us. Sonic and Omega speed off ahead and flip off the end of the rail, landing in style on the platform. Sonic gives the robot inhabitants a welcoming grin. Who wants to go first? And then he dashes off into a spinball, colliding into a group of them. Some of the robots instead turn to face Omega, who lands with a heavier thud. Your existence has expired. And his arm immediately switches to his chain gun and starts spraying them down. The robots sound the alarm and all hands are on deck, trying to fight off their new invaders. All the while, Rouge flies onto the side of the platform and sneaks in through an opening, going to one of the computer stores, where she rips off a panel and begins trying to infiltrate its software. Back outside, Sonic does a spinning kick, smashing one of the robots right in the face and launching it towards Omega. He reactively grabs the egg pawn in his claw and digs in a bit to secure his grip. Then he swings his arms wide back and forth, using the egg pawn as a battering club, smashing its brethren, knocking them off the sides of the arena into the abyss of the canyon below. Eventually though, the egg pawn is busted, smoking and fuming. Omega looks at the tool in his hand. Your structural integrity is shameful, and throws it over his shoulder, landing with a clunk. Disabled. Sonic walks up to him with a smile as he brushes off his hands. No sweat! Nice work, Omega! I do not sweat. Yeah, didn't mean it like that. Rouge walks out from the room she was within to join the others on the platform. Good to see you've tidied things up for me. I managed to find some sort of frequency, but there's too much static. Omega, try tuning in and see if you can make sense of it. Affirmative. Omega's head spins around and then fixates on a direction. Target acquired. Sonic asks him, so, are we able to get there? Affirmative. However, there will be many hostiles on the way. That might slow us down. Correction. That will make it more fun. Elsewhere in the canyon, Shadow skates through the robotic train stations, destroying all of the foolish machines that get in his way, until a new jellyfish-shaped machine arrives from around the corner and clasps Shadow between its strange loose limbs. It projects some sort of energy field that lifts him off the ground and traps him beneath it. You think this can contain me? Shadow unleashes a bunch of chaos energy as it starts overwhelming the robot's devices. Its arms start sparking off and breaking into pieces, shutting down the containment field, keeping only a projector that allows the head to float. Shadow then delivers a powerful strike to its center, turning off its thrusters as it drops like a large purple and blue disc onto the floor. Armless and unable to act, it waits, processing its fate as a failure and hoping that next time it's recycled into a boss machine shield or something like that. However, any robotic dreams it may have comes to a sudden end as Shadow steps up before it. I'm not finished with you. Lastly, Team Chaotix are on their own mission within the Rail Canyon. There is a train currently being fueled up and loaded with cargo, currently at wait in a station. On the platform are numerous containers, some of which to be added, some that have been removed. And within one of these waits Vector and Charmy, crammed into the box, lying unsuspiciously amongst all the others. Charmy peeks his head up above the lid and gives a nod towards Espio, who gives a nod back, confirming the plan is in motion. At once, he becomes invisible, and good timing as well, for two egg pawns gradually walk down the platform towards the side of the train. Standing in front of it, the side door slides open, allowing them entry, but before it closes, the invisible Espio slinks in with them. Once the door is shut, the egg pawns walk towards a command console and start typing away. However, whilst they do so, the invisible ninja taps a button on the side, causing the door to open once again. The robots, naturally, are aware of this and turn around to see nobody's there. One of the egg pawns moves up to the panel to reset the door, but before it can press the button, a large green scaly arm reaches from outside and pulls him out. Vector grabs the egg pawn and tosses it down into the depths of the canyon. The other egg pawn, naturally, noticed the commotion. Hello? But before it can sound an alarm, a shuriken is tossed into its head, disabling the robot as it falls over. With them out the way, Espio stops being invisible. Vector and Charmy join him inside the train. Nicely done, Espio. We're not out of the woods yet, Vector. Yeah, we gotta drive this thing. Right, just don't press any buttons, Charmy. Vector walks over towards the console as he rubs his hands. Okay, so I think we just need to press this button here. And the lights in their carriage shut off. Okay, Charmy, go crazy. Yeah, let's do it! Charmy starts buzzing around, pressing all sorts of buttons. The doors open and close, the lights flash on and off, an alarm sounds. Eventually, the train starts to accelerate, heading into a tunnel that passes through one of the mountains. Buckle up, boys. This is about to get loud. A few minutes later, an explosion occurs at the end of the tunnel, permanently damaging this critical pathway for future trains, and out of the flames, grinding down some rails, is Team Chaotix. Work of professionals. What's that over there? And Charmy points to a large object in the distance. It looks like some kind of blimp. The walkie-talkie goes off. That must be him. Don't get there. Don't let him escape. We're on it. Deeper into the canyon are numerous large turrets that are programmed to fire on any aerial intruders. But at the base of one of them, within its inner workings, is Team Dark. Omega is in the middle of slashing through hordes of egg pawns as they cower away from his devastating might, only to be met by the speed of sound itself, Sonic the Hedgehog, who spins them into a pile of scrap metal. A couple are hunkered down in between some of the smaller areas, raising their heavy stone shields as they take shots with their egg blasters, panicked and holding up together in the corner. Omega approaches them, spraying them with bullets, but the shields are somewhat resistant to it. Sonic then speeds up to his giant friend. Hey, give me a boost! Your offer of carnage is accepted. Omega retracts his arm and allows it to become a cannon that Sonic as a spinball hops inside. He then points it towards the guarding robots. Fire! Sonic's propelled out with immense speed as he bounces into their shields, splintering them and bowling them all over like pins. One egg pawn survives to crawl away, but Omega steps on its leg, pinning it to the floor. Worthless consumer model. He steps down with his other foot, breaking it into pieces. Sonic goes over to him. You really enjoy breaking these robots apart. They cannot cause harm if they do not exist. Rouge, in the meanwhile, had been climbing around the outside of the turret, trying to discern where their target is located. Hearing that the commotion has died down, she glides back in and lands beside her team. You boys really make it easy for a spy to do her job. Sonic leans on Omega and responds to Rouge. So, Rouge, you find what we're looking for? Yes, but getting there's going to be a problem. There doesn't seem to be any direct lines. Well, I think we've got a ticket right here. What are you talking about? Sonic points over his shoulder with his thumb. These turrets seem to be able to be aimed wherever you want, right? Why don't we just take them for a ride? You can't be serious, Sonic. Shooting ourselves out of the cannons? What? I did it before. It was fun. I support this idea. Of course you would support this idea, Omega. It's reckless and stupid. Moments later, Rouge is tucking her wings in to fit inside one of the cannon shells. I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh, cheer up, Rouge. What's the worst that could go wrong? There's many things that could go wrong with this, Sonic. Cannon firing in 3, 2, 1, and they're all propelled upwards, launched into the chamber of the giant cannon, which fires them down the canyon. And this brings us to the egg Albatross. Waiting in a special arena within the canyon, Dr. Eggman is impatiently tapping away at the side of his chair. My calculations predicted they would have been here by now. Where are they? What's that noise? Hurtling towards him at the speed of a bullet, Sonic, Omega, and Rouge hurtle into the side of the egg Albatross, immediately severing the recycled egg hawk from the new systems as it crashes down onto the arena. The hawk itself grinds and spins across the surface, sparking around as each of its critical components combust and explode, destroying everything, including the Doctor. Meanwhile, the excessive attachments of the blimp collapse nearby. Emerging from it, covered in dust, is Team Dark. Rouge clasps her head. Oh, where are we? We are exactly where I intended to be. Talk about a wild ride. Sonic then looks over to the destroyed Egghawk. Uh-oh, looks like Eggman's cracked. Huh? They go over towards the machine to find a decoy Eggman lying broken to the side. It was a fake! We've been had! The decoy simply repeats a taunting message. As they look to the sky, they can see an imposing egg fleet flying far above the canyon. Shoot! We need to get up there? Affirmative. Dr. Eggman's presence must be located in his fleet. We've got no time to waste. Let's get moving. You don't have to tell me twice.
All lifeform data successfully copied.
Shadow's encounter with the egg Albatross goes rather differently. Strolling up onto the arena, he looks up to see Dr. Eggman. We meet again, Shadow! You're very good at running away, Doctor. Say what you like, but you won't be able to harm me. This new great creation will keep your powers at bay, no matter what they are. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Doctor. And Shadow places in front of him the head of the jellyfish robot he destroyed earlier. Hopping atop it like a surfboard, it kicks into action, no longer being able to trap people, but still being able to propel itself off the floor, becoming a hoverboard. What? This is impossible! Ready all cannons! Open fire! Using his makeshift hoverboard, Shadow is able to destroy the egg Albatross with relative ease, but when he goes to investigate Dr. Eggman and make him pay for everything he's done, unfortunately, instead, he just sees a decoy with a recorded message. For one who calls himself the ultimate life form, you sure are easy to fool, Shadow. From these canyons, watch as I conquer the world with my air fleet, whilst you're powerless to stop me. Blast! You're only adding to the list of things I'll make you pay for, Doctor. And Shadow speeds off, fury in his eye. But unbeknownst to him, rising from the defeated egg doll is a metallic form which has been watching him ever so closely.
Ultimate lifeform data has been copied.
As for Team Chaotix, their fight is pretty much exactly the same from Sonic Heroes. This brings us into the Frog Forest, a luscious land filled with nature that's now been populated by Eggman's robots. But to our heroes, these machines are nothing but mere obstacles in their path, as they all plow through in a rush to catch up to the Egg Fleet. Look at all the frogs! Do you think one of these could be Froggy? I don't know, Charmy. These are all fair bigger than the ones we were told about. Then one of the frogs lashes out at Charmy, wrapping him around its tongue as it pulls him in. Ah, help! Vector quickly grabs its tongue and punches the frog. It lets Charmy go and hops away somewhere else. No, I'm all slimy. The locals do not seem very welcoming here. After they dust off Charmy, the team continues on, as do the others, making their way deep into the jungle. But on the way out, two of them will meet head to head for the first time. Shadow skates through the thicket of the jungle, but he's noticed by some people up above on a small ledge. Hey, that guy looks a lot like me. Huh, Shadow's here. Fancy that. Determining, is this a hostile? Hearing their voices, Shadow stops, but his eyes widen when he sees the blue hedgehog up above. Sonic? It's you! I guess you really do die hard. But how are you here? I saw you fall. Do I know this guy? Yes, a little. You knew him for a short amount of time. Rouge, what are you doing with Sonic? How is he here? This is going to be bothersome. Long time no see, Shadow. I would love to stay and chat, but we're kind of busy tracing down Dr. Eggman. We'll have to catch you up some other time, okay? You can't walk away from me, Rouge. How is Sonic here? Hostility detected. And who the heck are you? Hey, I don't remember who you are, pal, but I'm trying to find my memories. Memories? I think I hit my head or something. I don't remember who I am. She's not going to be able to tell you who you are. What are you talking about? Rouge has helped me a lot so far. Shadow eyes Rouge down as he glares at her. You dirty thief. Another one of your schemes again? Oh, how rude. And to think we used to work together. Don't play that card with me, Rouge. You were just manipulating events to your advantage. And you weren't? Shadow flinches at that. It is technically correct, though perhaps an unfair comparison. Nonetheless, Rouge seems to be geared to leave. I'm not going to let anyone get in our way, acquaintance or not. Just stand aside. Sonic crosses his arms. I don't want to be rude, but you don't seem to be very pleasant yourself. Let's just let bygones be bygones and leave it at that. Warning. Aggressive behavior will be met with excessive violence. Shadow grunts, but he doesn't have time to waste either. He also needs to stop Dr. Eggman first and foremost. Don't think I'm gonna let this go so easy, Rouge. But I also need to confront Dr. Eggman. Well, we can't let you get in our way. Okay, boys, let's chaos control! Shadow whips out the emerald and freezes time. He jumps up to the ledge they are now suspended upon, and looks at Sonic in the eyes. I don't know what's going on here, Sonic, but I owe it to you to find out. And then he skates away. Eventually, time resumes. Let's get it! What the? Huh? Where did he go? He must be up to his tricks again. Well, he must be incredibly fast. It isn't his speed, but... Oh, shoot. Now we're behind. We need to move. And Team Dark head off. A few moments after they're gone, Team Chaotix arrives in the same area and takes a moment to think. Vector, what is it? What's on your mind? I just can't shake the feeling that there's something going on with our client. He knows a lot about Dr. Eggman's locations, and he seems to know everything about the man. And then there's the Sonic question. Yeah, he roughed us up pretty good. That's the thing. He was presumed and announced dead. Eyewitness accounts and all. I'm starting to have some second guesses on the legitimacy of our mission. What should we do? Let's stick with it for now, boys. Just keep your eyes open. Roger that. Okay! And they head off as well. Seems like things are heating up amongst our heroes. Sonic has finally met a member of his past that was not Rouge. perhaps it didn't play out the way you would expect, as well as the chaotics who seem to be starting to get a better scent of the trail. But all of this will have to wait until next time, for that is going to be the end of this episode. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end, it really helps out the channel. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe down below so that I know you want to see more. And if you'd like to help me out, please share this video around to those who may be interested. With that all said and done, I hope you have a great day and to see you again next time. This is the Mighty Emperor, signing off.